So take a look at this.
Oh my god. I even posted I wanted to get raped just to get attention. Then I said being raped felt amazing. People were sharing my status, my comments, and I had over 26,000 likes and 4,000 comments. 90% of the comments were negative, but I loved it. I just have a rape fetish, but I have not been raped. I deal with guys who are abusive and cuss and yell at me. That's how I feel loved. Yeah, I have sex with fucking big.
She says she has a rape fetish. Though she clarifies she's not been raped, she just has a rape fetish. Which is sort of a paradox, because if you like the idea of being raped, then when a man tries to rape you, if you like it, then how could you be being raped if to be raped requires against your consent? But if you like something, how could you be opposed to it? Weird girl, weird statements about her so-called rape fetish. Though rape fetish has almost been pretty much mainstreamed at this point, it's not really too much of a statement to say that a lot of women have rape fantasies. 50 Shades of Grey is a really good example. Some feminists created blogs dedicated to exposing what they said was rape in chapter 12 of the book. I checked it out, I went to verify, and you could make a decent case that she was raped, that the main character in 50 Shades of Grey in chapter 12 was raped. You could make a pretty good case she was raped. But the reason I wanted to do this quick video is because I saw this on World Star Hip Hop earlier today, and it reminds me of a video that I'm going to be making probably within a couple weeks called "A Lot of Women Like Rapists Part 2." And Part 1 was partially about 50 Shades of Grey. Part 2 is going to be about out of the horse's mouth. Stupid fucking phrase. I don't even know why someone came up with that. The Part 2 video is going to be examples of women themselves admitting and saying that they have rape fetishes, or saying things that basically imply that they like the idea of some guy that they seem initially resistant to, kind of forcing themselves upon her, and then her ultimately enjoying it. I have referred to this before as the rape paradox. It's the paradox where if you go to the romance novel section of any bookstore, you're going to see a wide variety of women's collective sexual frustrations on display. It's going to show, countless titles and books of women who, in the stories of the books, are oftentimes raped, if not borderline raped. And a lot of times the only reason the authors of these romance novels don't just straight up have the woman being raped is because of how controversial the rape fantasy is in today's day and age. But a lot of authors, in fact, there's one book, I can't remember the title, but the new editions of the book had to tweak the rape scene because it was too controversial. Whereas in the first book, she was pretty much raped. In the second editions, they had to kind of tweak it so that at the very last second, she consented to it. But that's not how it was in the original. So, it's about being pro-woman. It's about not slut-shaming women. I think as a true feminist myself, if you care about women, you want to accept and acknowledge who they are and their sexual desires. If women want to get on their knees and serve the cock, as some women have rape fetishes and rape fantasies, we have to acknowledge this. We shouldn't slut-shame women. And if women want to read romance novels that glorify and make them wet between the legs as they read about these really just brutal rape scenes, we shouldn't slut shame women. So, it's interesting. I do have a video coming up in a couple weeks. A lot of women like rapists, part 2. And it's going to document out of the horse's mouth themselves. It's not me saying this. This is women saying it, that they have rape fantasies. And again, don't slut shame women. Be a good feminist, be a true feminist like me. Don't slut shame women, accept and embrace their sexuality. If women want to get on their knees and serve the cock, If they have rape fetishes and rape fantasies, we have to embrace that. Stop slut shading. You evil, you white knights and you male feminists out there who freak out when I do videos on these controversial subjects. You need to start learning to love women like I do. Stop slut shaming women.